Anh cộng với lại một số người tiếng Anh và tiếng Việt tiếng Anh. Welcome everywhere, everyone. Welcome everyone. Today we have the agenda. It's just in 2 or 3 minutes. We introduce about Agile Vietnam, and after that, Mr. Hiranabe-san will talk in 1 hour, right? In 1 hour, and after that we have 1 hour for question and answer, and after that it's free up to networking. So the first part is we introduce about Agile Vietnam. Agile Vietnam is a non-for-profit organization. It was founded in 2011. We have the mission to build the Agile community in Vietnam, and we organize many events like monthly event meetups like this in Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh City, and also in Da Nang, right? Also, we have organized many events, big events like regional Scrum gathering in Ho Chi Minh last year, and many others. Agile Tour Vietnam, and we need your help, the collaboration, the help from everyone to build our community stronger, bigger, and bigger. We need volunteers to organize events, also to translate several articles, books, and also if someone has some experience about being successful or failed, or just some experience, just contact us with speaker and share with the community. Some question? Okay. So now I let to the Hiranabe-san introduce about himself and the topic. Please.
Thank you. Thank you very much for inviting me and making me part of Agile Vietnam. Han-san invited me to this place. This is my first visit to Vietnam. Crowded. Bikes. I cannot cross the street. Oh, do you understand English? English, okay.
Yes.
Yes. Japanese. I think I'm gonna speak in Japanese this time. Okay. Oh, I will do this in English. This is my first visit to Vietnam, so I really glad to see people from Hanoi and Da Nang, someone, and Ho Chi Minh, someone. I'm very happy to meet you here. So, Vietnam and Japan. Thank you for inviting me again. Red cap. I forgot to. I can speak only two Vietnamese. Two Vietnamese. One is come on for inviting me. Second one is home say convey. I just learned yesterday. A little bit of my short introduction. I'm a founder of Agile Japan, and I translated books about extreme programming first. Oh, how many of you knows extreme programming? Oh, thank you. Really liked the first or second edition of extreme programming. So I translated XP books and lean software development books. And before that, I was a pretty good C++ programmer. So I translated several C++ books. And I write myself some object orientation books and UML books and mind mapping book too. And recently, 3 years ago, I wrote this book, a Scrum book, Agile and Scrum. And it is co-authored with Ikujiro Nonaka, who is what we call grandfather of Scrum. I will explain it later. So today, I will talk about the origin of Scrum and the very beginning of the concept of Scrum, how it's born. And another one is, I have been a developer of this UML editor called Asta or Jew. How many of you know this tool? Oh, thank you very much. This is my work. I made it. I'm still marketing it and selling it in Japan and the United States, in Germany, and in Brazil. And some Vietnamese people use this too. There's a free version and a professional paid version, but I have no one. I don't know anyone who paid for this. So I'm from Japan, so I think I'm going to talk about the relationship between Japan and other part of the world, Scrum and Agile world. By the way, do you know this character? Oh, yes, yes.
My brother.
Huh?
My brother.
My brother, oh. Do you know this movie? 2 movies.
Seven Samurai.
Oh, yes, yes. 7 Samurais. And the other one?
Seven
Yes,
Cowboys.
Magnificent. Yeah, yes, yes. Back. Some technical stuff. I really like this 7 Samurai. It's an old movie. It's like 3 hours. It's a Kurosawa's movie. Great director in Japan, who died almost 5 or 10 years ago. Oh, maybe the other side captures this screen, right? So may I continue?
Yeah.
Good? Okay, good. So, 7 Samurai and Magnificent 7. 7 Samurai, 1955, Kurosawa Akira directed, and Magnificent 7, 1960. And this one. This is Star Wars. And this is Kakushitori de no Sarakuni. I don't know what it's called in English. But we have an original movie which is recreated as Star Wars. George Lucas movie. Oh, The Hidden Fortress is the movie's name. And as you see, the same theme are repeated in the movies. 2 odd pair of peasant or running fast on the horse or on the sky, I don't know, the plane. And also the hero is captured, same theme is repeated. So what I'm going to talk today is Japan's influence to lean and agile community and movement. Do you know where the word Scrum come from? Yeah, it's from rugby. Yes, but in the context of product development. Scrum to you is like this. It's a framework of a process, agile process. One of the frameworks of an agile process. In Japan, we draw like this. I really like this Scrum illustration. Sometimes stakeholders looks a bit mean. Like that. This is an overview of the world and Japanese relationship. Scrum is here. Scrum, XP, and other lightweight processes are now called Agile. So Agile is an umbrella word for methods, lightweight methods. And the name Scrum is actually from Japanese article or piece called The New Product Development Game, which is written by Ikujo Monaka. So I will talk about this today. And also, the concept of lean is from TPS. TPS is Toyota Production System. So Japanese has two seeds of the concept of Agile. One is Scrum and the other is Lean. So the two concepts are actually from Japan. And now it's all the methods are called Agile, and now Kanban or Lean startup are spawned from the Agile concepts. And as you know, patterns programming, software patterns is the origin of Scrum and Scrum XP also. Did you know that in the appendix, reference of Scrum has this, the new product development game. If you have a book of Scrum, I don't remember the actual name of the Scrum, but it's Ken Traver and Mike Beadle's book, the first book, has a reference to this theme. And also Extreme Programming, second edition has reference to this, the new product development game. So the two are also the origin of the concept. Here, I will talk about this today. So, and maybe I come here next time to talk about this theme again too. So, Nonaka's Scrum. The book is this Agile Software Development with Scrum, by Ken Traver and Mike Beadle. It starts with this quote. The relay race approach to product development may conflict with the goals of maximum speed and flexibility. Instead, a holistic or rugby approach, where the team tries to go the distance as a unit, passing the ball back and forth, may better serve today's competitive requirements. It's from this book, and this quote is from the new product development game. This one. Harvard Business Review, 1986. The new product development game is the paper. The first used Scrum as in the context of product development. There are two news. New. The first new is new. The second new is actually new product development. So it's about not about product development, but it's about new product development. So creating something which is not there yet, new product. So it says, it describes the new way of doing new product development game. The title is that one. And the subtitle is quite good. Stop running the relay race and take up rugby. To me, it sounds like a waterfall is passing batons to the next runner. By a baton is a documentation. Okay. Here's analysis. Then go to design. Design people. Here's the detailed design new program. That relay race is like waterfall, and this says take up rugby. So passing ball around and push it into the goal. So this is the concept which Hirotaka Takeuchi and Fujiro Nonaka wrote 1986. In this paper, there's a diagram like this. This paper is not about software at all. There's no notion of software in this paper. But to us, we are software developers. To us, it somehow looks like waterfall and somehow agile way of doing. Actually, this is from NASA's NASA's PPP, phased planning something. But it's from NASA, and other companies are analyzed, and the two, Takeuchi and Nonaka, wrote this diagram. So 1, 2, 3, 4, there are 6 phases, and it's connected to each other. And this one is somehow overlaid, meaning that in car development, this paper is from the research of Honda, Brother, Fuji Xerox, NASA, and other Japanese companies, and how they are doing new product development. So it's like planning, prototype, standardization, production, and car dealer. So production team and development team and car salesperson team is forming one team. So this is the first concept of Scrum. In the year 2011, Jeff Sutherland, which I call father of Scrum, was invited to Japan, and this event was called Innovation Sprint 2011 at Rakuten, and where Ikujiro Nonaka first met Jeff Sutherland. He first met Nonaka Ikujiro, the first contact. I was a translator there, so I was in the middle. But this was the first contact, and Jeff Sutherland showed very high respect to Nonaka-san because Jeff invented Scrum, but he articulated it with the words of Ikujiro Nonaka. Articulated means make a system of framework, concept. And Nonaka-san was so happy because he said to Jeff that thank you for discovering my old paper. So they two talked to each other, and it was a great moment. So to me, Nonaka-san is like Yoda, and Jeff is like, and I was, or Darth Vader, and I was like C-3PO. Nonaka-san is well known as a business thinker, influential business thinker. It's from Wall Street Journal ranking, and Nonaka-san is here. Oh, by the way, he is still alive. He is now 88 years old. 88 years old. And I visit him next month too, to talk about Agile Japan. Oh, by the way, he is a very gentle person, speaks slowly. He's like, talk like powerful Scrum has became kind of talk. It's like, actually like Yoda talk. So, a bit of history. The left-hand side, Nonaka's text, and the right-hand side is Agile movement. So, 1986, the new product development game was written, and the word Scrum is invented. And he wrote this, the knowledge creating company. Then, Organizational Patterns by Jim Coplien is published, in a PLOP. PLOP is Pattern Language of Programming Community. And 1994, first sprint of Scrum is done by Jeff Sutherland, and the concept of Scrum Master is born here. And 1994, second sprint of Scrum with Jim Cooklin's idea of daily Scrum is imported. And the book I introduced to you first, Agile Software Development with Scrum, is written. And 2001, also the Agile Manifesto was written at Snowbird, Utah. And recently, 2012, so there's a long history, boom of Scrum here. And recently, he wrote Software in 30 Days. And in the meanwhile, Nonaka-san wrote an interesting book about US Marine. He analyzes how it's organized, strong organization. And it's connected to Scrum too. It's a very interesting story here. And he wrote a wise leadership article, Harvard Business Review, and Management Flow. And he also invented the concept of frenetic leadership, which I wrote. I don't know, I have time, but I can tell you later. Frenetic leadership. And 2011 was the timing of Innovation Sprint. And all these I included into my book, so you should buy it. So, Nonaka-san first invented the word Scrum, stop relaying and take up rugby. Second, he wrote the knowledge company, creating company, and he embedded the model of how innovation is occurring, or it's called Seki model. I'm wondering, have you ever heard of the concept of Seki model? Someone? Okay, good. That's the main topic today. You don't know. Okay, good. And the concept of furnaces, or wise leadership. And the last one, fractal organization concept, which is from the study of US Marine. A lot of influence to Agile community from his idea. So today I have 30 more minutes to describe what Seki model is. It's about where does knowledge come from? It's a very deep and abstract question, but it's the original idea of Seki model. He says that there are two types of knowledge. Maybe you know these two concepts, right? It's very, very long. One type of knowledge is called tacit knowledge. Tacit. And the other is called explicit knowledge. So explicit knowledge is something you can tell or write. And the tacit knowledge is something you know but you can't tell. So the skill is kind of tacit knowledge, or belief, or I will give you an example. This, maybe a woman is sewing something, making something, craft. This is one example of tacit knowledge. She knows how to do it, but she cannot write it. Or easy way to become able to make this is to do it together. I'll watch it and do it together. Subject and experiential knowledge. And it's context specific. One example I can always use as of tacit knowledge is how to ride a bike or bicycle. You have kids and you teach how to ride a bicycle. You don't write manuals or you don't write specification how to ride a bicycle. and pass it to someone. Usually you go with your kids to park or somewhere and help them ride bicycle, and together, through experience, you can hand the knowledge to other people, not by documentation. So that's one of the form of knowledge. It's called tacit knowledge. The other one, explicit knowledge, is a written knowledge. So you can write books, and like a physics is a explicit knowledge that you can learn from books, and you can understand it, and you can apply it to other phenomena. By the way, explicit knowledge or book is also one big thing to human being. Because of that, you can pass information to the next generation. It's not possible for me to make F equals to ma equation, Newton's equation. It's not easy for one being. But someone embedded it, and he wrote some equation and book, and you can read it, you can learn it from the history. And a human being is a species that can preserve knowledge as text, and you can learn from it to actually build this building or a space shuttle or many massive innovations. So both knowledge is important, tacit and explicit. Von Hippel said a sticky information. Some knowledge is not easy to remove from your head, from your brain, and pass it to others. So some knowledge is very difficult. So he argues that the user and creator should work together to make new knowledge. Because how to use it and how to create it, both are sticky knowledge. I mean, it includes a lot of tacit knowledge. So here's the Seki model. It's the main theme today. I'm not sure I can explain this well, but Noraka's idea is that knowledge creation is transformation between the two knowledge. I think my theme today is too abstract, right? Too high concept. So it's not easy to convey the concept, but I will anyway try. It first begins with here, tacit place. So he says there are two transformations between knowledges. One is called socialization, which is a transformation from tacit to tacit. Learn from someone by experience. Learning from not written thing. So working together like this, or learning how to ride a bicycle. Tacit transformation. Oh, by the way, tacit transformation is scientifically proved recently. It's called, you have a mirror neuron in your forehead, and it has a mechanism to mimic what someone's doing. So, I don't know how to say it in English, but morainaki, when you see someone's crying, ooh, crying, you cry, right? There's no words between them. But mirror neuron captures the feeling without words. And yawning, oh, someone yawn, you yawn sometimes, right? That's tacit communication. No words between them. But human being can feel some air and learn, understand what they are thinking or what they're feeling. That's tacit transformation. It's called socialization because someone's ideas is socialized to other people. The next phase is called externalization, which is tacit explicit transformation. This is like writing someone they understand into text. Someone writing manuals or someone writing specifications. So making a written documentation from tacit knowledge after you understand something. The third transformation is called combination, which is a explicit to explicit. Once knowledge is written, you can combine it. Like a, what do you call Tokyo in English? Tokyo. Patent, yes, patent. A lot of patent is combination, right? A combination of two other patents, two knowledges together. Once it's written, you can edit it. So it's a explicit transformation. It's called combination. And a lot of education, I mean, university paper is a combination too. New idea combining from some other papers. And then the last one, explicit tacit transformation. You can learn something by reading a book and doing it. So the concept of this Seki model is from tacit knowledge, something you cannot tell, but you can transform it by or socialize it by experience, and someone write it down. And from the written knowledge, you can combine it. And the last one is you can do it and you can absorb it as your skill. So it's from tacit to tacit, but it rotates. And this is the mechanism of how a new knowledge is created. And this model is so famous right now. So you can Google it. You can find it everywhere by searching knowledge management or knowledge-based management. I will leave you this slides. This is Noraki-san's slide. So detailed discussion here. But anyway, it's very difficult to explain. So I will tell you a story about this. Very concrete story. This story is from this website. So maybe later you can Google it. Panasonic is a Japanese company. Okay. It's a story about making a new product. The first home bakery system. The Vietnam people eat rice too, right? Yes. And you have rice cooker,
Yes.
right? Do you have home bakery?
No.
No. At that time, this is a story of 1980s. At that time, we have rice cooker, but we don't have automatic bread maker. Home baker is a bread maker. Now there is a bread maker, 1980, the new product. This is a very new product, and there was no home bakery yet at that time. This story starts from this person, Ikuko Tanaka. She is a scientist, cooking scientist, and she joined Matsushita. Matsushita is the old name of Panasonic. And she says that I've been studying cooking science and I feel a calling in this job, that is development of cooking appliance software. So the origin, the starting point is here. She felt something. She believed in something and started to making a home bakery system. In the year 1988, in Matsushita, 3 divisions, rice cooker division, heating appliance division, and rotation machine division were integrated into new cooking appliance division. So new division was born, and she was a member of that division, the first member. But to me, if those three are integrated, maybe it says that home bakery is the solution to that division. So this is the team, her team. It's like Scrum team, right? Small number of members, and they were told to make a new home bakery system. And the first words she said was, "Let me do it. Let me do it." Ikujiro Nonaka always says that the beginning of something new is someone's belief, someone's motivation to make a new thing. So actually it started from here. Let me do it. Let me. And she did the first attempt. It failed. It failed miserably. I don't know about bread, but crust was overcooked, or leaving the dough inside the roll, or I don't know this, but bread is very sensitive. So if the temperature is 1 degree different, the cooking time is 30 minutes different. So very sensitive thing. And she even did this X-ray tests, X-ray analysis. What's wrong? But she found no meaningful data from that. Nonaka-san always says that data is just data. No, if you don't have any belief or any assumption in your head, data is just data. No information in it. Someone's calling. So almost failure, the first attempt. Oh, by the way, this is a lab. Okay, so it's a experiment in lab. Then she proposed an idea to solve this situation. What was that? From the former discussion. Okay, what she proposed was, let me work with him as an apprentice. Apprentice is do you know apprentice? It's someone who learns from someone. So imagine the signal for transformation. The first phase is called socialization, and it means tacit knowledge translation. So she has to find someone who can know what to do and do it with him. With him. She ate a lot of bread in Osaka, and she found the most best bread in Osaka. And he was in Osaka International Hotel, and he was a bread maker, chef. And she went to his kitchen and learned how to make bread. And after that, her team member all went to this chef's dining place, chef's cooking place, and learned how to knead dough. And she says that a software engineer, she is a software engineer. A software engineer neds means neds. Maybe you can understand with my gesture. Dough is the soft, pre-cooked bread. Knead dough and bakes bread, exploring what is the best set of conditions, and the hardware engineer make a prototype that clears the conditions. With that prototype, the software engineer make another try, and this process repeats like playing catch obsessively. So it again and again and again and again. I think it's agile, right? Doing it, learning it from the experience, and doing it, learning it, doing it. And she says, I have eaten 5,000 pieces of bread in those 2 years. And finally, the tacit knowledge made explicit. I was always watching the master, the chef, to steal the way he knead the dough and tried it myself. He not only slaps, but also twists and stretches the dough. When I found it, I went straight to the hardware engineer and talked about it. The stretching, twisting stretching is implemented. I mean, this is a, I don't know the English, but you put dough into it and bake it. Oh, this is from the front side view. This is the machine, and this is a bowl here, and there is a propeller rotating. This is the propeller rotating, and dough is stretched, slapped, stretched, twisted. But this one, this rib is the breakthrough. Because of this one, this propeller moves and it stretches the dough. The rotated dough is trapped by this rib, and this effect realized the master's hand movements. So what I'm telling you here is, where is the knowledge come from? First, in the head of brain of the master, a chef, and she learned it by doing it together. And actually, it is implemented as a explicit knowledge, as this rib. So this rib is extracted from the master's brain. Okay, second model again. So tacit, transformation, make it explicit, and combine it, and do it again and again, and it's made explicit. And the result was fantastic. Many units in the first year. And it's exported to the United States, West Germany, and Hong Kong, later to Sweden, Thailand, Australia, and New Zealand, and not Vietnam. I don't know if you have this print maker here. But this one, 1 million units sold by the time competitors released their version. It's a huge success. Oh, this one is the catch copy, selling copy of the bread maker. 炊飯器以来の発明です。Sorry. Invention since rice cooker or something. So they have rice cooker there, but this is very new product. And interesting thing here is user's voice to the engineers made, and fresh air to the cooking appliance division. Inspired other divisions throughout Matsushita. So from this success, the new wind comes to the company. In Japan, a lot of companies, software companies, now is struggling how to learn Agile, or how to learn Agile and implement it into their company. I don't know how popular here, Agile is popular here in Vietnam, but in Japan, it's becoming popular, but still, adoption rate would be 20%, or 20, 30, depending on the industry. But web service development, almost more than 50, 60, 70 are using Agile, but other industries, we still use waterfall. So here, new way of doing it is a new air to the company, and the company changed, the atmosphere changed. So this is a huge success story of Matsushita. I will talk a bit about the current context of Agile and Scrum. It's really, I will talk about relationship with design thinking. Have you heard of design thinking recently? No? It's a huge movement right now. IDEO, Apple's design company, IDEO or D School in Stanford, they are teaching design thinking. I want to tell you about this. Tim Brown is the main articulator of design thinking. So it's a design thinking everywhere, every development process. Its process is like this. There are 5 phases of design thinking. Oh, it's a new product development method. A new product development method called design thinking is now a fad. And it's influencing Agile world too. So in the United States, Agile conference has always design thinking sessions. It has 5 phases, and the first phase is called emphasize. It's interesting. And define, ideate. It's an interesting English too. Idea to make an idea. Ideate. And prototype, test. Emphasize, define, ideate, prototype, test. There are 5 phases. And the first phase, emphasize, is interesting because it is a empathy. Feel empathy to someone. Feeling the same. If someone's sad, I'm sad. Empathy. So it's not about plan or write documentation. It's about empathy. There's a card called IDEO method card. So how to make an idea of design thinking. There's a card, and there's an iPhone app too. So I will tell you some of the methods. One is called role play. If you are making a new medical system, you have to go to a hospital and lay down in the bed and feel the difficulty of movement. So it says the team can trigger empathy for actual users. So learn by doing. Learn how actual users feel, not a written thing. You can feel, have empathy first. Another one called body storming. Body storming. You know brainstorming, right? Brainstorming, discussion. Crazy ideas, brainstorming. It's a crazy body. They are inventing a new chairs for Boeing 737. So this is a curved wall of aircraft, Boeing aircraft, and they set chairs and they try to sit like this and they feel empathy. How do you feel? So they are designing new chair, new seats for Boeing. So body storming is another practice. So what I'm saying is new idea is not from written document. The new idea or new knowledge comes from by doing, by feeling something, right? So I tried to map several Agile practices into Seki model, but I can't do it well, but I will show, like sprint demo is a demo, so you can see and feel, right? And visit users is another practice, to feel something from the users. Or story writing is a maybe tacit explicit, write it down to a cards. And sprint planning is maybe combination. And in Agile practices, there are a lot of practices about learning, retrospective learning, right? And pair programming is somehow, I don't know. I was asked by Nonaka-san. When I was talking with Nonaka-san, he is not an IT guy at all. He don't make PowerPoint slides at all, and he don't write emails at all. But he asked one time to me that Hiranabe-san, programming はマニュアルがあるんですか? Hiranabe-san, is there a manual for writing programs? He asked. I said no. You have to learn from good programs. Well, good programming. You have to learn from good programs. Okay, then pair programming would be a good way to learn something, right? He understands it. So pair programming is learning how to program. Also, in pair programming, you write your thinking to code. So maybe that's explicit too. Or you can copy paste from others' programs. So you can combine knowledge. So programming itself is a circular movement. So I put circular here. And coding standard, it's one practice from extra programming. It's a collecting everyone's idea into one written standard. So coding standard would be externalization. And another practice called sit together. Clients and programmers sit together is another practice. Sitting together is a feeling, making the whole same atmosphere is one of the tacit knowledge transformation. And daily stand-up, you say something like, I did something, I will do something today, and the problem is something. So it's making your feeling explicit, right? So maybe tacit explicit. Oh, but by the way, everything is combination, and this second model is appear every layer. So you cannot map it like this, but I'm just trying to convey what I'm thinking. And retrospective also is exchanging the feeling about the last sprint and making it explicit, and talk about the solution or tries. So retrospective is also every transformation. Okay, the last part of my session today is about this one, conveyor of knowledge. So my talk title was the conveyor of knowledge, people as the conveyor of knowledge. So it means that documentation is a very limited conveyor of knowledge. But people themselves are the conveyor of knowledge. You, programmers or clients, people are conveyor of knowledge. This is also from Nonaka-san's slides. This person is a Soichiro Honda, the founder of Honda Motors. He made this bike, and he's watching this racer or rider. But this is not just watching. He crouching on the floor, on the road, and he, using hands, he is feeling the vibration of the engine. And like this, he can smell the oil or engine. So, and he not just looking, he is looking at this riding bicycle from user's viewpoint. Maybe he is thinking how he can turn this curve, something. So he says, contemplation in action, indwelling in actuality with deep thinking. It's a very difficult English for me too, but Hiranabe-san works. So what I want to say here is, he is the product owner. He makes the product, but what he's doing is tacit transformation, absorbing what the user feel by going there and listening sound by hands and smelling the gas, and he absorbs the concept of this bike, and he go to the team, development team, and he communicates how this bike or car should be by drawing and talking. He sits here at the same level of eyes, and he talks with passion, baby. Back to the first slides about Scrum. I thought I first said that these are waterfall and Scrum, but what he really wanted to say to me was the person in the phase 1 who first planned or motivated to do the development should remain in the project and keep conveying what we should create whole throughout the development process. So someone who are motivated in the first product, he should run through the product development as a conveyor of knowledge. That's what I wanted to talk today. Some of other things. I think I have some time. So today I talked about Scrum and Seki model. And I won't talk about this, but just a little bit of this theory. I said there are two types of knowledge, which is explicit and tacit. He found the third knowledge type. It's called phronesis. Aristotle, Aristoteles in Japanese. Plato and Aristoteles. Plato and Aristotle. Plato is believed in idea, and Aristotle is a concrete genba. I don't know the English word, but idea and realistic thing. So Aristotle said that there are three types of knowledge. One is explicit, one, episteme. Episteme is translated to science, which is explicit. Two, techne. Techne is translated into art or skill, tacit knowledge. The third one is called phronesis, and it's a knowledge who can make field of conversation using their experience. So the leadership knowledge is called phronesis. Sorry, I can't tell this difficult in English, but he said that there are three types. And third knowledge is called phronesis. And it's about leadership. And this is another discussion. And this one is from study of U.S. Marine, that he found that U.S. Marine is very unique organization because it has Navy aspect, there are marine, Navy, anyway, land, sky, and なんだ 陸海空陸海空 sky land sea there's three marine has three divisions and every team they form consists of three types of skills land skill sea skill and air skill combination. So one team is combined by those three skills. Small team, people of three is combined of three, and people of a team of 1,000 also have three combination. So it's called fractal organization. If it's small or big, it is the same ingredients or skills. So one slide, last slide. Oh, this is the very first timing when Noraka-san and Jeff Sutherland, he is father of Scrum and grandfather of Scrum. And he was doing a certified product owner course in Japan, first time. And I was there too. And after this very meeting, we went to dining together. So he arrived earlier than expected time. So he went into the class and he was looking at what Jeff is doing there. And this was the last end of the seminar, and there was a QA session there. And the question from the audience, there are a lot of questions, and Jeff was answering. And the last question was like, I'm a product owner, but I have a lot of stakeholders. Product support team says something, and my customer says something. A lot of other people come to me, and they all say this product should be like this, or their own priority they have. So I'm one person, one product owner. I don't know how to prioritize those requests. What's the question? And Jeff heard that question, and he tried to answer, but he didn't. And he said, okay, there's Noraka-san here. Let's ask him. Very wild. とっても無茶ぶりをした. But Noraka-san answered a very special answer. I was there and thinking, maybe write it to sticky notes and put it and deliver a dot seals to everybody and vote it. A stakeholder meeting, hold a stakeholder meeting and let's vote, kind of thing. I was thinking. That's one solution I was thinking. But Noraka-san's idea was totally different. He said, do a retreat. Retreat or 合宿. Took 1 or 2 days. He said 3 days. Take 3 days off. All the stakeholders, party, talk about product, and spend night together, hotels, and do discussion, 3 nights. That's what he said. And he said, the first day, all the stakeholders come from their divisions. First, they talk about their budget or goals or structure of organizations, all those written things, tacit things. But when you drink, drink and eat together, we will talk about what is not written, like where are you from? How many kids do you have? A lot of questions. And how do you feel about this product? Something like that. And at the end of one night, they all reach to the one important question. The question is, why are you here? Why are you here today? I mean, why you come to have this retreat to talk about this product? Or why did you come to Honda, the company? Maybe they have reasons. So, and talk about that one important thing together. And second day, let's start talking about the product. What's the product would be like? And after that tacit knowledge conversation, everybody understands the background of everybody, so they can listen why they say so or something. And third day, they can prioritize the features. I'm not sure I conveyed this idea, but an interesting story is that the second night, at Honda, they call this retreat Why Gaya. Why Gaya discussion. Why Gaya, a discussion retreat. So the second night, they become the feeling of we are Honda. And the third night, they become a feeling of I am Honda. Get it? So the knowledge transformation, sense of we, and then we come into me. I don't know if it communicates well, but something Japanese. So tacit knowledge, explicit tacit flow or rotation, transformation, make a new innovation. That's what I want to talk about today. Thank you very much. It's really hard to do this in English. It's hard to do in Japanese too. Thank you for listening. Oh, okay, one just more. This is a US Marine team. When they go to a enemy's place, there are three, land, marine, air. So they land from sea. So one sea, one marine, sorry, one海軍ってなんていうの? Navy じゃないし、marine じゃないし. There are three people, but one should know how to do a good job in sea. And it's a landing, so army, soldiers needed. And the last air needed because there is a support from the air. So one should know the view of a bird. And they using transceiver to direct they ordered a bomb 50 meters ahead from the party. So someone needs to have experience of air. So 3 skills are needed. So that's why US Marine has 3 skills in the same party. So this also is the same of the Scrum concept, right? The customer's view, product owner, and project manager view as a Scrum master, and developer view. So 3, always 3. Okay, thank you.
Question, please.
It was not a developer topic today.
We can bake good well in a home. And just you set some flowers in the machine and doing nice. You can set flowers.
I have a
So delicious.
booklet today. It's about Agile, and it's written in Vietnamese. Questions? I can give you. Hi, close. Questions?
I just wanted to ask about the last slide because when you say I thinking how to apply to my organization, so I cannot catch the idea.
This one?
Yes, the last one. No, 39. You said that he organized 39. So I just want to summary again. Which one? Well, what we do is 9 and how you want to bring to this moment. I just want to ask you when we had 39.
Yeah, 3 days.
3 days.
Yes.
So,
Spend 3 days together.
Yes. So what do you want to do and develop? What is that?
It's difficult to convey this concept, but all I want to say is before discussing the priority, eat together, talk together in the same place. That's the whole concept.
So
In short. So the other things I said was example or things, but it's not the essential part. And he's just giving an idea, but not descriptive. What he said was not descriptive. Do this in the first night. Do this in the second night. He didn't say that. It's just an example. But what he wanted to say was before prioritize, let's feel sympathy with others. Yes.
So if my team have no experience in OzaTea, have no experience. Okay. So what are the advices if we want to use
Agile.
OzaTea in my team?
Okay.
And do you have the minimum number of people to form OzaTea?
Okay. Starting Agile is difficult, but maybe you start reading books, right? But you need someone who experienced Scrum first, so that to capture the tacit knowledge. How to ride a bicycle? You don't read books. Books are good.
Yes, any book?
Hmm?
The name of the book?
Book? I don't know Vietnamese book.
English.
English, okay?
Yes.
Okay. The recent one, Scrum Guide is translated.
Conveyer.
Great. Scrum Guide. It's not a thick book. Scrum Guide. And I think Scrum Bootcamp by Japanese people are translated. It includes a lot of manga in it.
You don't know already.
Conveyer 39.
Huh? Okay, good. I'll give it this one.
I have another question. I have another question. My question is, my company is work as outsourcing company. So I want to ask if we can use OzaTea in our company and where exactly is the Scrum product owner in outsourcing, because we don't have chance to work directly with the product owner. So maybe it's really.
What I recommend is client should be product owner. And hopefully he can sit together with the team. Hopefully. But offshore outsourcing is difficult.
Yes.
That's why it's difficult.
I still want to use OzaTea in the outsourcing company.
Yes.
In our team. Is this possible?
Yes, possible. I
Because
know
the
a lot.
client cannot sit with us. The client, the product owner cannot.
You can talk with him.
Invite us in our company and maybe our outsourcing company. We don't have time to work directly with the end customer.
But you can talk with them?
Because I don't have the needs, my other people in Japanese will working with the customer, and I will talk with the other in Japanese in my same community.
Yesterday I was in FPT and I saw 2 teams working with Japanese companies doing Agile. And they used Skype to communicate with them and do the retrospective and planning over Skype. So it's possible. But they have difficulties too. There's always difficulties everywhere. But Agile is a journey to better software development. So you can solve one thing, another.
You want to say, basically, you can more people for using
Sorry? One question.
First, sorry.
I have a startup team. Startup team.
Startup.
So I think I am a product owner. So my question is, can a product owner also be a Scrum Master?
I don't recommend.
So if not, so who is the best one to become Scrum Master?
Good facilitator. Facilitator? Someone who can make the discussion field. I mean,
So let's say we have me, also a programmer, also a product owner, 2 other developers.
2 other developers.
Yeah. 1 designer.
Good.
So who is the best Scrum Master if we have to pick one?
I would recommend to take someone that is a leader in the team, but a leader, not a manager. Someone that can be a 7th leader in the team. I will not recommend to take an architect, because then it would be hard for him to follow the team.
I once tried a Scrum Master interns. This week you, next week you. If it's a small team.
Agile for Agile.
And ask this too.
And you said that in Japan now, some industry applying 20% from IT applying over 50%. So actually, why it cannot be others, or what is the difficulty?
Yeah.
Do you think?
In Japan, it's a situation about Japan. I think the overall adoption rate would be 20 or 30, still very low in Japan, compared to American or European countries. Because one is because our industry has a separate outsource always IT. They don't have engineers inside. So like banks, they don't have engineers, and they outsource their systems. In that case, there is a strict contract between the team, product owner side and developer team, and it is always, not always, but almost always fixed scope project contract. That's very difficult to do Agile. So that's one thing. I know the figure. IT, where do IT engineers belong in Japan? The question in Japan or in the United States? In the United States, 70% is in the not the service vendor, but the business side. I mean, bank. Oh, I recently knew that in Goldman Sachs in the United States and UK, how many % of them have software engineers. They said 25% of employees are software engineers. It's incredible to me. Like that, in the United States, a lot of companies employs engineers inside of industry. But in Japan, IT service industry and IT user business industry is separated, no one's contract. That's why it's in Japan it's difficult to adopt Agile. Yet. We are struggling too.
Sorry, one more small question. Actually, to apply Scrum, I heard that it needs some kind of self-organized team. Self-organized team. For development team, we have children, and for development team, we need some kind of self-organized team skill.
I'm sorry.
Self-organized.
Self-organized.
Oh, self-organized, yes.
So maybe different countries, maybe some for the Japanese team, maybe self-organized very good, as in my sense. But for some country, the self-organized team may be not good. So it may cause the trouble like Scrum.
I am not sure. But culturally, Japanese people are good at team working.
I have some question.
The last one, polite.
Okay, I want to ask you about pair programming. Pair programming.
Pair programming, yes.
Yes, our team has implemented pair programming, but I want to know about advantage of pair programming because I see that our team, every people feel very tired when working in pair programming. I want to ask you that the advantage of pair programming.
Sorry, I'm not good at listening to Vietnamese English
Yes.
yet. So it's about pair programming, right?
Yes, I want to ask about advantage of
Of pair programming.
Yeah.
It transfers skills as well as knowledge. And a productivity question, maybe, I don't know.
I want to ask you that because our team felt very tired when doing pair programming.
His team hay là his team feel tired.
When he
When he said his team is trying to do pair programming, but when they're doing pair programming, they feel very tired.
Oh, very tired. Yes, of course. That's because your brain is working. Very tired, yes. Oh, in my team, some of my teams have one day is separated into 3 sessions. 3, not sessions, but slots, I would say. And one slot is in the morning, and afternoon 1, afternoon 2. And every session, they change pairs to refresh.
So I want to talk about how it been effective to our team working, how to make it more effective because now they feel very tired.
Change pairs. And chocolate website.
But I think that the requirement different about the pair working. Like one pair work in some other task, and one other pair working on some other task. When they shift pair, they must be learning about the requirements of some other task. So it's make them feel very difficult to take care all of 2 tasks, 2 requirements in 2 tasks.
That's why we made a synchronization point each day, each time.
Yeah.
And the task is divided into that size.
Yeah. Thank you for asking.
You're welcome.
I think I have some experience with programming to share with you. That I think you should not do pair programming every day for every task. You should do it in a single very critical task. So after this, after that critical task is done, every team member should be work along. So that they can refresh, they can think about, they have some freedom.
But I think that our team must be working in the pair programming or more SaaS, so as it's difficult to do something like your idea. But I think that if we have a short break with in the phase, it's better than for sometimes you doing in pair programming and sometimes doing single task. It's difficult to manage the qualities of the task. So I think that's not a good idea. Thank you, Osei.
As far as I know, it's Scrum prototype. For development team, every member in the development team needs to be equally. They have the same role. No leader and no leader or no manager in the development team. Everyone has the same job, right? So could you tell me the reason why? Why every member in the development team need to be equally?
Equal. Every member has their special skills sometimes, of course. Someone is good at designing, someone is good at database, someone is good at UI programming, whatever. But idea is work together and try do something new sometimes, but they have their own good skills. That's good. So doing it together is the point.
ちょっと考え方はっきりさせたいんで、ちょっと日本語で言っちゃいますけど、さっきのスライドで、そのペアプログラミングを推奨したというか、いうのは、あくまでも、例えば物に書いて伝えることができない知識を継承していくために、みたいな話じゃないですか。
この文脈ではそうです。
そうですね。なんかその子たちはずっと勘違いしてるなと思うのは、その話と合宿の話がなんか一緒に何でもやれば済んじゃうみたいな、解決しちゃうみたいな。多分だからあそこはおばあちゃんたちが持ってるような古来の知識みたいな、おばあちゃんたちはもう物に書いて伝えることできないけど教えてあげることができるみたいな、そういう例えば自分で言うと、エンジニアの師匠みたいな。人と一緒にプログラミングすることで、例えば今のアジャイルの話だったら、アジャイルをやってる人たちと一緒に仕事をすることで、その考え方を吸収して、また伝えるようになっていけるっていう部分と。
なんで日本語だと伝えやすいんでしょう。そうです。聞きやすいんでしょうと思ってますけど。それ
で、合宿の話っていうのは、いろんな意見がある中で、やっぱりその人のバックグラウンドがあって初めてその人の意見がある。でそれっていうのはその人のバックグラウンド分かんないからなんでそんな考え方をするんだろうっていうのを分かるためにまずみんなでお互いを知り合ってから話し始めましょうっていう話ですよね。多分ちょっとそこを別々に考えることを説明してあげた方がこの人たちは分かりやすいのかなと思うんですけど、やっぱりこの日本の市場で考えるとお客さんバカだから、さっきおっしゃったようにやっぱりお客の部分と開発の部分ってどうしても別にされて一緒の場に座らせてもらえないから、でこの人たちもやっぱり日本の市場を相手にしてる子が多いと思うんですけど、なかなかそうやって話してもらえないからやっぱ開発がうまくいかないっていうのに苦しんでるんだと思うんですよね。でそれをだからどうしたらいいですかってここで聞かれてもやっぱり日本の市場を相手にしてる人しょうがないみたいなところもあってっていうところです。
よくわかりますし、非常に説明してくださってありがとうございますって感じなんですけど、とってもその辺のことをうまく僕にはそこまでうまく、表現はできないけれど。
ちょっと別々にね、あそこの話は別々に考えてほしいですよね。
はい、質問でもなんで日本語喋ってるの？Questions or anything? Just discuss. I'm getting tired.
My another question. The origin of the Oza came from Japan, but the sixth guy came from America or Europe, right? So recently I read an article about Asian culture to be so that due to our Asian culture, I cannot be very hard. It is very hard to adopt, successfully adopt really think so.
Sorry,
So I was translating.
yes.
So what he's saying, several weeks ago, months ago, there was an article on internet that say that agile is difficult to implement in Asian cultures.
Asian cultures, yes.
You want to know your idea on this?
Culturally, it's natural for us, but from the industry structure, it's difficult. Culturally understandable somewhat. I mean, a group of people, high context conversation, Japanese people are very good at. And difficulty, some of the part of the difficulty is, yesterday I heard of a cultural dimension hosting research. It says every country has cultures, and he picked 6 axes of cultural index. One is a long-term orientation, and second one is uncertainty avoidance. In Japan, people is very resist to change. They prefer long-term orientation, and they are not good at thinking of anyway, they resist to change, and they prefer long-term orientation. So that's maybe one point of cultural difficulties. But Asian people, yes, Vietnamese is very akin to Japanese culture in that aspect. So I don't know, and then European and Americans are very, I won't say short-term, but long-term orientation is the other side. So that may be one point, but I don't have the clear answer yet. I will show you another, if I have it here. The cultural dimension has 6 axes: power distance, individualism, masculinity, uncertainty avoidance, long-term orientation. And it says uncertainty avoidance, Japan is very top. Russian, Japan, France, this order. And USA, UK, European countries are here. And long-term orientation, Japan is number 1. And the USA, UK is like this. Yeah, that's one point maybe. I don't see Vietnamese here, but you can find this. Hosted is
It's a website. Google it. And another report from last book from Singapore, a very well-known article in Scrum doesn't work in China. You can find several, the very detailed index from Hofstad survey, and ranking about all kinds of Asian and European and American also. You can find very detailed about the ranking, and including Vietnam also.
Yeah, Bass is a
possible.
well-known Scrum trainer, and I wrote the book of Scaling Agile, right? Recently with Craig Martin.
Yes. To find out more.
I have no question, but because many people talk about the specific thing of Agile and Scrum, but I just want you to know that your presentation about the safety model is very helpful for me, and I like. And it gives me new views for my current job, because I come from an institute where we provide service for IT company in digital transformation. And we have the training, the coaching, and the consulting services. So the view of the safety model can reflect in our services. For example, we are creating the training courses, and you can use that courses in the term of knowledge transformation, knowledge translation.
Yeah. Something in Agile can be written, but others cannot be written. But only doing.
So the training services are not enough because it's passive, it's explicit translation, and you need to provide the coaching service.
Yes.
When you move the knowledge from your understanding to other companies.
Right. Yeah.
It's very helpful.
Thank you. Some type of knowledge cannot be written and just hand out. You can't. That's why the job of coaching or mentoring works. Thank you.
Can you the relationship between your programs? I see you've got on the screen. Asta program, Azure. How is the relationship?
Oh, thank you for the question. But this, you mean this program? I mean, this is Asta, and it was first built as an UML development tool, so you can make classes and relationships, and a class like Apple. I don't know, whatever. Like this, but it also has a sequence diagram like this, and it has a use case like well, this is UML diagrams, but I have added mind mapping like this. So mind mapping is more unformalized way of organizing ideas. So I'm using mind mapping to gather ideas, and then like this. Okay, I'll show you an example. The fruits. I'm just gathering ideas. Here's I gathered some ideas as mind mapping, and into class diagram, you can just drag and drop tiger as class like this. Cat, dog also has a class. And a zoo. I'm making a silly diagram, but maybe you can get the idea. What I'm doing is just making a class diagram from the mind mapping. So mind mapping is not a formal diagram, but I like mind mapping because it gathers ideas before making diagrams. So I usually use mind mapping in a discussion session, and after that I make class diagrams or sequence diagrams like that. And sometimes use a whiteboard too, and tools too. I'm still working with this software.
I have one question. So you're showing UML, but there's a lot of discussion on the different websites like LinkedIn and so on about UML die because of Agile.
Agile.
What you're thinking about this?
I don't think UML died in all the area of software development. Our current customers includes automotives and embedded software systems, which are now they are hot in component-based software development. So I think, yeah, I was Agile believer, but not all software development can be done on Agile. I don't think so. So still, there is a need for diagramming and specification writing area.
Yeah. Just like, for example, if like me, I'm a fervent user of XP. I'm doing exchange programming from several years. We're doing TDD and design the diagrams, the class diagrams, and everything, and then doing TDD. It's doing 2 times the same things, and it's not working the same way. So when you're doing XP, are you doing UML?
No.
No. Okay. So as you say.
Yeah. But sometimes we need some big picture that is diagram is good at.
Yeah. I like the user case.
Yes, use cases.
Yeah, use case are very interesting.
Okay. Maybe the very first graph of models to discuss instead of the fully detailed design.
The high level, the abstract model are interesting. Still interesting. Yeah.
I have another slide about modeling and Agile, but I won't discuss today. But I will show you just one slide. In Agile, Scrum or Agile just says that there is a user story and working code. But between this, still activity as design activity exists, but drawing all the diagrams is duplication of information. So what I propose is to separate the casual modeling, which is thrown out or implemented as code or test, and some simple diagrams which can convey overview or core concept or ideas and kept updated so that team can share the understanding of the system. So I divide models into two types, which is keep, one is keeps and the other is stamps. And then we still use diagramming here. And we keep diagramming some very simple set of diagrams to convey ideas between the teams. Oh, this article is on InfoQ2.
Communication more. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming for this section. And again, we ask for support for volunteer, or if you have something for share, just send us. Okay, thank you again.